People are going to be looking at this thinking, what are you two talking about?
As an all-rounder, though.
But we're talking about the biggest impact in Scottish football. We're speaking about making a difference.
I mean, it's all of a sudden it's a democracy, and now it's not a democracy.
Lubo Moravcik.
Neil Lennon?
No, listen, I can only go with what I've been given.
I hope these aren't all attacking players, because there is Neil Lennon should be on there in terms of...
Two guys? We get two
guys
on
in there. Two guys nowhere to be seen.
Oh my
Good player,
God.
two boys.
He's top of the list, for sure.
More or less half of Scotland dyed their hair blonde because of him.
But I know this will be a carve-up.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be deadly honest with all mine.
Yeah, well, that's very good. So that suggests you haven't been honest. That suggests you haven't been honest in the past.
Right, guys, this month's debate, winner stays on. Best midfield import in Scottish football.
So winner stays on. 2 ex-Rangers player, 1 ex-Celtic player.
Why are you always
being the victim? I've got a feeling I know which way this is going to go.
We appreciate footballers.
Okay, let's see.
Right, okay, let's start.
It should be your rationale that puts a case forward for your players to stay on.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Why is it your players? Why are you turning it into...
The player that you think should stay on. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Well, let's start with 2 Celtic ones. We'll start with 2 Celtic ones. Yeah.
Neil Lennon?
Got to be there.
Got to be in.
When I actually looked down this list, Neil Lennon has been left out of this list.
Wow.
That's not right, eh?
In fact, so I mean, do you want to read the list out so we know who's on?
First 2.
Okay.
Let's go.
First
Give
2.
us 2.
Nakamura or Lubo Moravcik?
Oh, if this is a calibre we're talking about, it should be interesting. Well, I remember Nakamura much more than Moravcik in terms of he's just pure quality. The quality of his left foot was unbelievable. Aye, both were a joke, but for me, in my mind, I'm thinking Nakamura for the fact of I remember him clear. The Champions League.
How good was Nakamura's left foot?
World class is what I would say. World class. Free kicks, delivery, intelligence of pass, weight of pass.
Super clever player. Wonderful left foot, weight of passing. Unbelievable player. But Moravcik, you didn't know which foot he kicked with. That's how good. That's how good.
I like it.
That's how good Moravcik
I like that a lot.
And then you think, when he first came to Scotland, you'd have written him off. Was he 300 and whatever grand, which however much he came over for?
333,000.
333 was it?
330.
And just impact a guy who could influence big games, whether it's domestically or in Europe. I know Nakamura scored that wonderful free kick, didn't he, against Manchester United? But I'm going to say, because he was, I played with Nakamura briefly, but Moravcik, the impact he made.
Serious question here. For how long a period at Celtic did they have that big impact? Does that make sense?
What, Moravcik?
Both. Did Nakamura do it for 2 or 3 seasons? There'd
have been a sort of, I would have thought similar, wouldn't they? In terms of time scale.
3 year maybe, 3.
But I mean, I think back to some of Moravcik's goal. The goal he scored at Hibs when he was just near the touchline, and I mean, it's just an incredible strike he had on him. You didn't know you trained with him. Honestly, when I first went to play at Celtic, didn't know which foot he kicked with.
I like that. He was
that good. I mean, and that is so unusual because I can honestly say I can't think of another player who I could say that about.
Were you blown away with him when you first seen him? Like training with him?
Because I trained with him and he didn't run much, and that was a bit of an issue. I was pretty certain that when Martin first came in, he was going to bump him off. Yeah, because he didn't run much, and then
you gave him the ball,
and then you sort of saw the quality which he had. Martin always liked a maverick, and Moravcik was a maverick, but a superb one. And as I say, influenced big games.
Nakamura's
nutmegged. What's his name? Nedved.
Nedved.
Yeah, as well. Which is
Nakamura's free kick against Man United as well.
Some big. I just can remember how
Strike
many big moments
as well.
he
was moving in there.
He had big moments.
Yeah. But his is like an age thing where he can't.
that's fair.
He can't remember Moravcik. So
I mean, he was a genius.
Hmm.
I mean, as you say, they're both feet. But I think even from a striker's point of view, he's one of those guys where you could move knowing that he maybe not have seen me, but he has seen you, and even if it's delayed, he's still going to make the pass.
I think both had that, didn't they?
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about that. But I felt as if Moravcik was just something different. So for me, I'm going to say Lubo Moravcik.
I'm going to say Nakamura.
Well, Moravcik it is then.
Right.
Oh,
well done, you. Yeah. It's good.
Nice balanced debate in Celtic players.
Yeah.
Right. Here we go. Lubo Moravcik.
Neil Lennon.
No, I can only go with what I've been given.
I hope these aren't all attacking players because there is Neil Lennon should be on there in terms of
two guys. We get two
guys
on there.
Two guys nowhere to be seen.
Oh my
good player.
God.
He was. Never really played a lot though.
Yeah.
Cloud Arena is
similar to
Moravcik.
He had really good qualities in their position.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at
that.
Right.
We're going to go Lubo Moravcik or a Champions League winner that trapped in Edinburgh, Franck Sauzee.
Look, Franck Sauzee. I played against Frank. He was a wonderful, cultured footballer, lovely range of passing. But who would you rather have in your team? Really, a Champions League winner or Lubo Moravcik, who was, we've talked him up. I thought Frank was a good player, but
was he not better than good?
Very good.
Came from the French league.
He was
very good player. Big signing.
He was très bien. Very good. Yeah.
Many fights and duels with him.
Had a few sort of duels with him because he could play centre back as well or sweeper. So he had really he wasn't the quickest, but he was a very cultured footballer. But
a good football brain.
Yeah, I mean, I think all players in this category, if you're playing in midfield, it's not sort of, like you play as a wide player, for example, and you're outside looking and you need awareness to play in there. So, I mean...
3 league titles with Marseille as well.
But we're not talking about...
Unbeaten in 9 Edinburgh derbies. Oh. As a player, as a manager, sorry. So...
I think I'll start this one. I'm going to stay with Moravcik though.
Even though he didn't see him play much.
Yeah, he was what Moravcik
didn't see much of Sauzee either.
Didn't see. So Moravcik it is.
Yes, I'm going to stay
What about Russell Latterby? Why is he on the list?
There's another one. What a player he was.
He was, yeah.
What a player.
Yeah.
So if you were to replace Sauzee with Latterby, would that change anything?
It'd still be Moravcik, but let's pay a bit of homage to Russell Latterby.
Russell Latterby was a very good player.
Always looked as if he enjoyed his football. Yeah. Played with a smile on his face.
Yeah, there's no doubt in that. So, Moravcik for me. Moravcik?
Yeah.
Clean sweep.
Yeah.
Moravcik stays on. Okay. Right. Lubo Moravcik or Ronald de Boer?
This will be interesting.
Now we're talking.
We're talking serious balls.
This is world level.
And by the way,
so what's the criteria?
The criteria you spoke about Lubo Moravcik being able to do it with both feet. Ronald de Boer done it with one knee.
Treble with Rangers.
Yes.
And a very good Rangers team.
And a Champions League winner.
Moravcik got a treble with Celtic.
Yeah. De Boer was top quality player. And probably wasn't as Moravcik. Am I right in saying Moravcik more impact player than for a full season being the main man for Celtic? Is that a fair comment?
Not really. No, I don't think that is fair. Look, I'm not going to sit here and argue the merits of sort of, was Ronald de Boer not a world-class footballer? He was.
What was he like to play against?
Well, he was one we always spoke about the need to nullify him, stop him at source. If a player like him, gets on the ball a lot, he'll control the game. He had a wonderful football brain. His spatial awareness. He could drift into the box late. He could finish. He was a wonderful cultured footballer. I mean, it's
some
so
career
difficult.
considering the injuries he had as well. But to with Barcelona, and even that Ajax team, when you go back to that, the team that was incredible. The early 90s, that team was, sorry, what, 94, 95, I think it was. Canu and there was Edgar David, Seedorf.
It always. I mean, to be fair, it's the same with all the players we've discussed so far. I mean, it was like they're 2 yards quicker in the head. They're always seeing things, the game much quicker than most of the other players. And De Boer, well, all the players, so far, certainly, but De Boer was, one who stood out.
He'd have been one you'd have loved to have played with, though.
Absolutely,
he's intelligent.
Absolutely, not in a blue shirt.
Why?
Yeah, he would have been. Yeah.
So it's decision time. Lubo, Moravcik, or Ronald de Boer. You can go first, mate.
Well, I'm going to go for
Lubo.
I can't say, but I know this will be a carve up. I know this.
No, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be deadly honest with all mine.
Yeah. Well, that's very good. So that suggests you haven't been honest. That suggests you haven't been honest in the past.
No, just telling you, I'm clearing my stance up because you're saying it's a carve up.
It'll be a carve up.
I'm picking Ronald de Boer.
Ronald de Boer. It's going to come down to my decision. I'm getting final decision.
Do the right thing.
Let me guess.
Do the right thing.
You know I'll always do the right thing. Lubo de Boer. Ronald de Boer for me. So Ronald de Boer is now the winner.
Okay.
Oh, this one could get interesting. Ronald de Boer or your ex-teammate, the burger boy when he first arrived, Stiliyan Petrov. Hamburger. How was that?
Yeah. Well, when you think that when Stiliyan, that was Kenny who signed him, wasn't it? Stiliyan. He was a chubby little right back.
Just like 105.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
He came in, he was a right back.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. But then when Martin took over, he turned him into. I mean, Stiliyan was a dynamic midfielder. I mean, he could play. I always thought when he went to Aston Villa and they played him in the six role there, I always thought he was wasted there.
Mm-hmm.
He's
timing of the runs was incredible.
And that's when he was at his best, and he had great intelligence. Talk about Ronald de Boer, see things like quicker than most, and Stiliyan was another one who had that awareness and that drive to play ball around corners. He was a dream to be a centre forward. You'd have both loved playing with him. You knew that he'd always pass and follow and drive into the box. And he had a great strike on him as well. But physically, I think all the players which we've mentioned so far, and there are two sides to midfield. I mean, and you could say that Nakamura, Moravcik, De Boer, all luxury. I don't want to say luxury is doing them a disservice, really, but Stiliyan defensively, you'd say, had stronger parts to his game than those three. You could argue the other way offensively, but Petrov in his pomp at Celtic with that sort of dynamism and sort of driving into the box as he did do.
See the weight of passing that we spoke about with Nakamura and Moravcik. Did Petrov have that?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I mean, I'd say, hard because they're different types of players, aren't they? And that's the difficulty. If you're talking about more of an all-rounder, Stiliyan, I would say I'd take him over the other three. But if you're talking about the absolute beauty, making the game look so easy, it's hard to,
That's what we're talking about.
It's hard to argue, but.
And
take Rangers
done it for a long period of time.
Take Rangers and Celtic out the equation. If you had to have one in your team, Ronald de Boer or Stiliyan Petrov, who would you have?
I think it's hard to argue against De Boer.
I thought he was De Boer was incredible.
Yeah, Petrov done it for a long period. At
Celtic.
I
know. Listen, so was Stiliyan. I think what Stiliyan done for Celtic. Do you see? Because he was written off at the start. I mean, a lot of people.
Well, you see him grew into being a main man. De Boer was a guy that was at the top end and coming to Rangers and kind of on the way down, if you like. That's the difference between the two of them. Petrov had real qualities. I think this one's really, really tough. Really tough.
I'll go first. Ronald de Boer.
I'm really tied. I'm going to go Petrov.
It's an incredible decision.
Let's see what Mr. Sutton does now.
I think as an all-rounder, you'd have to say Petrov.
That's a big shout. People are going to be looking at this thinking, what are you two talking about?
As an all-rounder, though.
But we're talking about the biggest impact in Scottish football. We're speaking about making a difference.
But I mean, it's all of a sudden it's a democracy, and now it's not a democracy.
I've got 2 votes.
I just think for how long he done it, Petrov done it a wee bit longer, grew into it. Now de Boer was my favourite Rangers player ever. So that shows you.
So wait a minute here. You have. Who's your favourite Rangers player ever?
Listen, I'm doing.
You went against him.
I'm doing the winner stays on.
Because he questioned.
No.
If you're telling the truth or not.
No.
Interesting that. Right. Okay. Right. I'm not playing.
I don't want to start infighting between you two.
Let's go on to the next one.
Never.
Let's see who's next. See who's
right,
on top.
Okay. Ronald de Boer versus. I can't. Right. Okay. Stiliyan Petrov versus Giovanni van Bronckhorst.
Very similar in terms of coming to the club, growing, becoming the main man. Similar midfielders, you could argue. Maybe the Van Bronckhorst a bit more 6-ish, but brilliant quality.
Oh, he was a top
brilliant quality.
Top player.
I think if you think about versatility, Van Bronckhorst as well could play a number of different roles. Just to be fair to Rangers back then, had some incredible Dutch players.
Oh,
I mean, that whole squad.
Just.
Do you know who was the best? Arthur.
Just ridiculous.
Arthur was incredible.
He was. Yeah.
Arthur was incredible.
Other than when he was up against Didier Regat. Didier Regat used to scare the life out of him. But anyway, we're talking. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm just telling you. Didier Regat used to terrify Arthur Newman.
He did, but then he got to grips with him.
Did he?
Yeah.
Which game was that?
Few games. He got me Terry, he got me Neil McCann back in there, just protect me. I'll give you the ball. Little Terry, little angry
Didier
man.
would have just brushed past Terry. Yeah, little Terry shouting at him.
Shout at yourself.
But no, with Van Bronckhorst, this is a terrible category, I've got to say. This is a really unfair category because you are talking about top level players.
That's what we're doing.
As you said in the last round, who would you rather in your team? This is a good one.
I think with regards to Scottish football, I think Stiliyan achieved more than Van Bronckhorst, so I'm going to stick with
Scotland,
with
because he was here for longer. I mean, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst had 2 titles, 1 Scottish Cup, an English Premier League title as well.
Yeah, not easy
2 La
to come
Liga.
by.
Poor. They're not. We were giving them out at one point.
Really? You're laughing at his own jokes. Right,
what are we going for?
I'm going Petrov. I am going Petrov. He now you've got to him.
No, don't.
Now you've
not
got to
at
him.
all. I'm playing this fair and square.
When people say that, and people say I'm playing it fair and square.
Yeah, try to convince ourselves.
No, who are you going for?
I'm waiting you.
I'm
going to go Van Bronckhorst. Put it on you.
But how can he? Let's go back. Let's.
How
can I not?
No, couldn't take Ronald de Boer.
How can he go de Boer? How can he not go de Boer?
So you're saying de Boer was better than Van Bronckhorst?
Yeah.
Not for me.
Yeah.
He was your favourite Rangers player.
I know, but Van Bronckhorst, what he done for Rangers at that time, progressed to become a guy that moves for $8.5 million to Arsenal and goes and wins La Liga, the Premier League.
Not with Arsenal.
So that's the calibre of player I'm talking about, and that's why I've picked him.
Yeah.
So my argument stacks up. The bully boys aren't coming to me. Okay.
The bully boys. Yeah, but Ronald de Boer had that.
It was just because he was on the way down.
Shall we go back to Ronald de Boer? Give him a chance.
I can't go over that one.
So
I mean, that one's.
You've got 1 for Petrov, 1 for Van Bronckhorst. On to you.
You don't want this, do you? He doesn't want this.
Let me guess.
And I know with other things which
I've got the next one in front of me anyway, so whoever I pick's irrelevant. I'm going to say Gio.
Okay. 2-1.
But that is just Come on.
I think that's been the hardest
That's
pick,
just-
in my opinion. They two there.
So you're talking about impact on Scottish football. You're going Van Bronckhorst
Van
over
Bronckhorst.
Petrov, even though Petrov won double and more. Let's carry on. That's good.
You've
Van
more chance
Bronckhorst,
of
great
winning
player.
more if you're there for longer. He came,
But
conquered,
he wasn't.
Came, conquered, and left.
But
And actually didn't just go to something mid-table.
Oh,
He went
gosh.
to the best.
Yeah.
Won another league in another country.
Not
Then won
easy to
another
do.
league in another country.
Yeah.
Maybe
No,
Champions
yeah.
League.
So we've moved the goalpost, and it's not as you play in Scotland. Okay, that's fine.
Right.
Any notable
Right.
absentees so far that we've not mentioned? Who can think?
Right, I tell you what, I'll put the two of them. You can both take Stiliyan Petrov. We'll take Stiliyan
Okay,
Petrov
we'll put-
and Gio. We'll take them forward. And if you can put up
I
a
like that.
case,
You
yeah.
can't-
No,
No, don't.
No, because I know because
Stiliyan wouldn't want that.
I'm not interested. Stilling's not here.
Yeah, but he wouldn't want that.
No,
I don't
he's
think
interested in Stilling. Stilling's not here.
Yeah.
It's my game,
Okay.
right?
Sure.
Here we go.
It's
ready?
my game. Yeah.
Both of them
Yep.
against the genius, the Geordie genius of Paul Gascoigne.
What a player. Lit up Scottish football. Maverick with real quality. Unbelievable player. Unbelievable character.
So give
Yeah.
me, would there be a reason to pick, you went for Gio, would there be a reason to put Gio ahead of him?
Potentially not, no.
Right, okay.
Because he was that good.
Stillian, is there a reason to put Stillian ahead of him?
If
Oh, here we
if
go.
I'm totally honest, right? and
Well, have you
I
not been
can't-
honest?
I can't be.
Oh,
You
dear.
shouldn't have said that. No, you shouldn't have said that, mate.
Shouldn't have said
If
that.
you're being totally honest.
Can we get that bit edited?
No.
But so I didn't really see much of him when he was at Rangers. But as a youngster, I went to watch. I was a Norwich youth team player. I went to watch Norwich against Tottenham, Carrow Road, and Gascoigne played that day, and it was like he was playing in his back garden, and everybody else. I mean, he was just on a different level, and I didn't know too much about him at that particular time, but that always sort of stands out. And the 1990 World Cup. I've got to say, Gascoigne takes some beating. If you're talking about, and there's great players on this list, it's difficult to say because I wasn't following Scottish football closely enough when Gascoigne played. But as a player, I don't think anybody touches him on this list.
That was incredible.
How it made you feel, man? What he done, the enjoyment. He's top of the list, for sure.
It more or less half of Scotland dyed their hair blonde because of him. They did.
Right?
Incredible when he arrived.
It's
Just
just,
wait,
it's
but
just,
just
yeah, it's
He
even-
didn't have
just,
tricks or anything. He just glided past people in
Just
midfield.
upper body strength.
Aye, just
that step over.
Aye.
I mean, it was a genius.
Mm.
Incredible football player. Listen, I know he's had these troubles once all throughout his career, but if you focus on his football, I mean, what he brought to the game and put a smile on so many people's face, even Euro 96 as well. I mean, ripped Scotland apart. I mean, that goal was incredible, but there was just something about him as well. Could change a game like that.
yeah.
And I think that's, when you look at the list, the majority, that's what they could do. Change a game like that. But Paul Gascoigne had just something different that was, I mean, even to go to Serie A back then as well. I mean, there wasn't a lot of people move. We see it now more often, but to go there and actually compete at the level, what a football player. What a football player. Yeah,
Genius is a word.
I think that'll be a winner then.
Gaza for
Yep.
me.
Paul Gascoigne wins.
Mm.
Paul Gascoigne beats Ronald de Boer in the final.